Good morning everyone, I'm here to present you the air mix system for the relubrication of steel ropes for ski lift facilities and ropes of transport systems. This is an innovative system, not just in terms of its structure that allows to work with a micro lubrication. This system has a very low or minimal environmental impact. Besides being in stainless steel and being closed cycle, the Redaelli 9R100 oil is used. This has been designed for lubrication of steel ropes, and this oil complies with all the requirements defined by the law imposed to manufacturers, and besides having very high lubricating qualities, it is also biodegradable. If a small amount of oil in case a small amount of oil accidentally leaks out, you know that this oil is biodegradable. The system consists of two parts, a 25-liter sealed tank and a spraying system. This tank is fed by a compressed air compressor. You do not need any energy power, so this is an important point. You do not need any power, and on top of that the compressor has a limited capacity, because indeed it is enough also for 50 to 50. Indeed, it is enough for 58 millimeter diameter ropes. You just need a compressor of this type that you can see right now in the video. This is a 2 horsepower compressor, 220 liters per minute, with a compressed air tank of 24 liters, and the working max pressure is 10 bar. This compressor is connected to a sealed tank with the Kluber Redaelli 9R100 oil, and there is a connection to the micro lubrication heads, which allow to dispense a minimal amount of expansion in the system, and the excess oil can leak out from there, but it is very limited because the dosage of the system allows to work at 1 meter per second speed of the rope, regardless of the diameter, 13 or 58 millimeter diameter. So I remember the speed is 1 meter per second. The pressure of the compressor is 8 bar, and the compressed air here is 4.5 bar, oil 5 bar, and the air pressure when the oil is dispensed by the nozzle is 0.5 bar. So I repeat, just 0.5 bar at the lubrication heads, 4.5 bar at the tank inlet, 5 bar the oil pressure, and 8 bar the max compressor pressure. This is of paramount importance, and I said before that the oil used must have some specific characteristics. So there is a micro spraying of the oil on the rope, and the rope will be damp, and this oil also reduces the attraction effect of the rope vis-a-vis pine needles and dust, so it reduces drastically the phenomenon of the rope dirtiness. And this is essential, because if the rope is too dirty because of any grease or any oil, then the relubrication would not have much sense. So if the condition of the rope are not good enough, then you need to clean at least the rope first. The oil has a special effect. It can penetrate when the rope reaches the point of return, you can improve the penetration and the anchoring of the oil on the rope. It is clear that every lubrication cycle needs to be agreed with the manufacturers of the rope, but also you need to take into consideration environmental conditions, because if there are bad conditions, or if you think of ski lift facilities at the seaside, you need to take into consideration also the sea salt in the air. So there are some conditions that need to be taken into account when you need to define and schedule the intervals of lubrication. Before installing the air mix system on the rope, you need also to check that the diameter of the rope is compatible with the diameter of the system. Today the diameter is 65 millimeter, so you need to check the compatibility of the diameters. And for safety issues, remember to insert the safety plug. The anchoring needs to be well done in order to avoid any dragging that compromises the stability of the system. What else should I add in this respect during this presentation? Well, I can say that the condition of the rope is very important, and that it can be, and then the fact of having a film around the rope that guarantees the rope is damp does not have to mislead us, because people are used to see grease of oil on the rope, but a too excess quantity of oil can cause sliding or slipping problems, and can also attract dust from the environment. I think that this is the basic information to start using this system. Of course, if you need any clarification, you can refer to Claudio or Luciano, our Kluber technicians. Let's now continue with the practical demo of how to install the system.